Today, most TV shows and movies incorporate gay characters, and it's not a big deal anymore.
Being gay on TV is not a big deal anymore.
But a couple of decades ago, gay characters on TV shows and in movies were a dime a dozen, especially characters portrayed in a good light. In this week's video, I'm counting down my picks for yesteryear's top 10 gay characters in predominantly straight TV shows. I'll mostly be looking at TV shows from the 80s, 90s and early 2000s.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Steve Carrington is noteworthy for being one of the earliest gay main characters to be featured on American television. The character was portrayed by three different actors: Al Corley in the first season, Jack Coleman between 1983 and 1988, as well as James McPhee in the 2017 reboot. His story might have been seen as a gay tragedy by some, having a parent that wants to change them, as well as relationships that don't seem to last very long. But you can't deny the impact on gay culture this character had. Even though gay characters were seldom featured as functional and contributing to society on TV in the 80s, Steve Carrington was well received by critics, with some even referring to him as one of the most intriguing characters on TV at the time.
I tried to live a lie to please you. Not anymore. I can't go on hiding who I am anymore. I'm gay. And I need you to understand that, Dad.
Ryan Phillippe said that when he auditioned to play the character, he had no idea Billy was gay. People tried to warn him that it'd kill his career before it even started if he played a gay character. But he did it anyway and portrayed Billy Douglas, who is considered a milestone in gay representation on TV. Hundreds of thousands of fan mail arrived at the studios praising the character and the actor's performance. Only 17 at the time, Phillippe stated that he was scared at first, but then realized the fear that he felt was shared by thousands of closeted gay teens who were going through exactly the same thing as his character. Ryan Phillippe went on to become a heartthrob of the 90s and early 2000s, starring in movies like I Know What You Did Last Summer, Cruel Intentions, Flags of Our Fathers, and portrayed a gay character once again in 1998's 54.
What the hell does that mean?
It means don't tell me I don't know who I am or what I am.
Matt Fielding's storylines on Melrose Place mirrored those of viewers from the 90s, tackling issues like gay bashing and workplace discrimination, which made many gay men remain in the closet rather than live their lives in the open.
Dr. Hobbs, have you ever had to fire a person who was gay or lesbian?
It was nice to see more serious and adult themes, but the show was criticized for not featuring him and his love life as prominently as it did the other characters. In the 90-minute pilot, the openly gay character got only 90 seconds of screen time in comparison with the other characters. Unfortunately, his character was killed off in a car accident during season 6, and although actor Doug Savant showed interest in returning for the 2009 revival, producers of the show didn't show any interest in reviving Matt Fielding.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Good night. Why can't you accept that I've changed?
Because homosexuality is not a choice. You were born this way.
I'm the one who told you that.
Desperate Housewives had its share of gay characters, but none left a bigger impression than Andrew Kamp. As one of the few gay characters on early 2000s primetime television, secure with his sexuality, Andrew's storylines have been well received by gay groups. However, his early attitude towards his mother garnered some criticism. His sexuality is made evident in season 1 when he's shown making out with his best friend, Justin, though it took the show a while for him to come out and be rejected and accepted again by his mother. Actor Sean Pyfrom stated that he received many letters from gay teens who were encouraged by Andrew's ease with his sexuality to live their own lives with pride. Although Andrew's relentless torment of his mother and other scheming exploits were negatively received by critics, many labeled the character as somewhat of a role model. The character of Andrew wasn't the typical early 2000s weak gay character, but someone who is complex, confident and strong. Michael Harper is the unplanned youngest child in the BBC comedy My Family, which was one of only 12 British comedies to pass the 100-episode mark. The show chronicled middle-class Ben and Susan Harper and their 3 children, and surprisingly, the first season received poor ratings and reviews, but improved as the show went on. In season 1, Michael was a typical geek who is highly intelligent and yet sometimes naive, and in later seasons, he developed somewhat of a dark, cynical sense of humor. mirroring many teens of the era. Despite showing interest in girls throughout the series, Michael eventually comes out as gay in the 10th season, probably much to the relief of many viewers. Actor Gabriel Thompson portrayed Michael to always have one wonder whether or not he was in denial. As a child of the closet, it was easy for me to see early on that the character of Michael was not being true to himself. A bit like myself when I was a teenager, I suppose.
We're two alike.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. Here we are. Yes, we are. You know, you're stubborn, so am I. You're self-willed, so am I. You're gay, so am I.
In the season 3 finale of Dawson's Creek back in 2000, Kerr Smith took part in a historic primetime TV first passionate gay kiss. Dawson's Creek was about two childhood best friends, Dawson and Joey, who go through different stages of adolescence together, and aired for 6 seasons between 1998 and 2003.
You are not gay.
Yes, I am!
The show received mixed reviews, especially about the racy plotlines about teens' unhealthy obsessions with sex. Smith portrayed Jack, who dated Katie Holmes' character while still in the closet, but eventually came out as gay in season 2. Not only was the kiss an iconic moment, but it was a moment many gay men can relate to. Falling in love with someone you can't have and learning to live with it while trying to accept it. Long before Rami Malek won an Academy Award for 2018's Bohemian Rhapsody, he played another gay character in the TV series The War at Home, which follows the lives of a dysfunctional middle-class family and their next-door neighbor Kenny. The series received mostly negative reviews, but received critical acclaim from critics for its second season and how the show handled Kenny's coming-out story arc.
Kenny, come out of the closet right now!
If only it was that easy.
After being thrown out by his parents for being gay, Kenny moves in and basically becomes part of the Gold family. Kenny has an awkward personality, much like his best friend Larry. But after he comes out, he is shown as being more confident and more vocal about his opinions. For many, Kenny was someone they could relate to, especially for teens who were disowned by their families and had to find their own new family who will accept them and love them for who they are.
Could this guy be any straighter?
I can't even hear him talk over all that clashing.
And you're gay.
Well, except for one night in college, but I was drunk.
Head of New York City's Minority Affairs, Carter Heywood might appear like a gay punchline, especially with his suicidal dog. But his character was met with positive reaction from critics and viewers as a prominently gay black character in a TV series. Initially hired to piss off the mayor who, during an interview, wasn't very keen on the city's Pride March, Carter Heywood used to be a gay rights activist who livens up the office, challenges misguided beliefs and stands up for what he believes in. By fighting for what is right and being true to himself, Heywood became a character that many people related to and looked up to. Sometimes irrational, sometimes overdramatic, but always true to himself. Actor Michael Boatman received various nominations for his portrayal of Carter Heywood. My So-Called Life was an American teen drama that aired for only one season back in 1994. Wilson Cruz portrayed Rickie, a gay teen who has been kicked out of the house by his homophobic parents and was just trying his best to navigate life in high school while trying to cope with his own sexuality and feelings. His character resonated with many gay teens who were in the same boat, especially the episode where he was secretly in love with a guy who had a thing for his best friend. Sure, he was portrayed as a typical feminine gay guy who hangs out in the girls' bathroom, but that's also what made the character endearing. He was one of the first characters to break down the divide between male and female, and though he wore his heart on his sleeve, he was vulnerable to the side effects of being in love like so many of us. This might be the most complex and controversial character on my list, and many viewers might not agree with this entry. Christopher Maloney portrayed Chris Keller on HBO's prison drama Oz, which aired for 6 seasons between 1997 and 2003, receiving mostly positive reviews and various awards. A master of emotional manipulation, the tables get turned when he falls in love with Tobias Beecher. Their rollercoaster ride of a relationship is toxic and equal parts romantic, as the two simply cannot seem to stand each other, but they cannot seem to live without each other as well. With toxicity aside, their relationship was formed and bonded in a prison of all places, and shows that love can exist even in the harshest of places. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I've got another video that you can check out by clicking on this link over here. If you enjoyed this video, why not give it a thumbs up? And if you haven't subscribed yet, click on that subscribe button. It will help with the algorithm and it will help this channel grow.